systems, collaborating with system scientists and visionaries. In 2012, he co-founded the WOW Bali in Bali, Indonesia, where he was recognized for his sustainable dynamics framework applied as a global framework for community-based development via ecotourism by the International Association of Scholarly Publishers, Editors, and Reviewers Incorporated. He is under a Memorandum of Understanding with Universitas Warmadewa and Universitas Sebelas Maret in developing accredited programs and been collaborating with a number of universities in the Philippines in applying WOW Sustainable Dynamics Framework. His vision is to regenerate WOW Sustainable Dynamics in developing network technology-based applications and event-based programs for optimum regenerations. Let us all welcome Dr. Haidai Nguyen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. You know, they always stick me right after lunch. Because they say I talk a lot and I'll wake you up. And, or dynamic. No, I'm dynamic and I'll wake you up. That's the word. So, let's just try to be dynamic here because I know after lunch our eyes glaze over and everybody wants to relax. So, let's be dynamic and play a game with me. Okay, everybody stand up. Stand up. Okay, just stand up. I'll show you some crazy, simple exercise that you can do. Okay? When you're tired or when you're sad, this is what I do when I'm sad. And I'm rarely ever sad, but every once in a while, if I get off guard, I'm sad. All you can do, pretend that you have a beautiful little baby in your hand, in front of you, like this. Okay? Focus on the cute little baby. Look at the cute little baby face. You got it? Come on, work with me. Don't sit there and stare at me like this man has lost it. Okay? Work, cute little baby. And 1, 2, 3, you're going to throw it up and catch it, okay? I'm going to get you all be accredited for being this type of professor. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Well, okay, you guys are not serious. You're looking at me. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. We're gonna do it one more time. Okay, look at the baby. Don't look at me. The baby's gonna fall, and it's not gonna be a nice day. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, great. Okay, just have a seat. Okay, I want you to sit down. We're not done yet. The thing is over, no? Just for entertainment. You feel the energy when you sit down somewhere, right? I want you to move musical chair to another seat in your table. Okay? Let's see how fast you can do it. Dun, 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 dun. Musical chair, move in another chair. Dun, dun, dun. The one that's not moving fast enough and find another chair is going to have to stand up here with me and do the presentation. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That's right, David.
This proves to me that no matter how intelligent we are, how old we think we are, games and fun is always good. Brings a smile. Okay. And camera, did you get all the professors and doctors running around? I hope you did, because my kids will love that, you know. Okay, we are an organization called WOW Bali. The word WOW stands for World Organization of Wellness. That's the acronym, but it's just a feeling, right? When you're unexpected, surprised at something, you go, wow. And that's what we wanted. We didn't want another idea where you're stuck at the idea. Because whatever word you throw out there, someone will have a better word because it's linear thinking. So wow is a human expression, so we call it wow. The word Bali is, I came to Bali 10 years ago and I used the word Bali for Bali, but the word Bali also means Bali. Bali is celebration. Okay, so you'll see why. So do I have a laser? Oh, I got a laser. Okay, so our concept or our framework is Global Solution for Sustainable and Regenerative Development. And I want to thank the community to have me here at ASEAN Connect, speaking on one ASEAN, one framework, and one network. Because for us, the framework that we have been sharing speaks about this, and I would like to share it with you to see how it can help the kind of work that you guys are doing. Okay. Oh, you didn't get the full slide. It's like, can you shrink it down somehow? Because it got cut off. You're missing the. That's just like me, always going outside of the line, outside of the rule. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about WOW. So, okay. Alright, so in 2015, the Asian Biodiversity, the Asian Biodiversity Center called us the Human Biodiversity Framework. But at that point, we've been using that, and in the past 2 or 3 years, we realized it's very complicated to explain to people what the Human Biodiversity Framework is. To a bunch of scientists, human biodiversity makes sense to them, but to the rest of the world, it's very hard to connect with them. So we use the term operating system, so everyone can understand. Now everybody knows what operating system. You got the OS operating system, or you got the Android operating system, and that operating system allows you to connect to many devices and network. You know, ubiquitous, transparent, and that's what it does. You know, easy sharing. So we use that term instead. I also don't want to take too much time to talk about what we've done, but I want to tell you from a point of view that the framework, and just from 2018 alone, the framework has been recognized for using the framework for indigenous innovation. The same framework was used for indigenous innovation up in the mountain province here in Philippines. It was also used for transdisciplinary research development. It was used for methodology workshop. It was used for research for productivity award for ecotourism. It was also recognized for interdisciplinary research workshop and methodology development. And then it was also recognized for collaborative workshop on social innovation via the arts. So I wanted to show you this, and this is just for 2018, since the beginning of the year to now, that we've done these type of, and majority, I think except for one, it's all done here in the Philippines. So give yourself a hand. WOW loves Philippines, yeah? And I heard a couple of years ago, it was WOW Philippine, wasn't it? That was the theme, right? Yeah, no, that's why we came here. You guys get it. You get the WOW, you get it. Okay, so I'm going to go about my journey. It's all start with a journey. Every one of us, it will start with a journey. To understand this framework is about a journey. And that journey, for me, at that time, was I wanted to take an adventure. Okay? I want to take an adventure, and I want to do research in Bali. And I wanted more paradise. Now you're thinking paradise, yeah, Bali is paradise. But before Bali, I lived in Hawaii, Maui, which is really paradise too. So a lot of people ask me why you moved to Bali, because Maui was paradise. I moved to Bali's paradise is because they still had a living culture that was fully activated and thriving. And in the Hawaii, we've lost that culture. It's been somewhat whitewashed. So to me, paradise, to getting better nature and better water and the elemental, it's about the human connection to people. So I went to there. And this connection, like I said, is at the universality, integrative, and transformative. I wanted something that is fun, easy to do, that's easy to integrate, and transformative. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. So then I realized that when I went to Bali, and I studied about their culture and learned about their philosophy, I realized that everything was about energy. Okay? Everything was about energy, and everything is about space. So space, time, and energy is how we all operate. If you think about it, you break down this meta thinking, that's how we all operate. That's, and the reason I wanted to go to here, because I want this human connection that's practical. So that way we can all relate. We all can say, okay, yeah, I can relate to that. Time. Anyone here don't relate to that? Raise your hand. Okay. Everybody? Are you ready? No? Okay, good. Okay. Then, if you go on beyond that, you realize that time, energy, and space is nothing more than our understanding of freedom, mobility, and beliefs. Okay? These are our personal connection to universal value. Now, I know right now you're thinking, oh my God, he's in the wrong conference. Because why are we speaking about these very simple, easy to know reminder? But this is the universality, this is the practical that a lot of the speakers talk about today. This is the relevance that we talk about. Because we want to quit. You got extension, and then you got research, and then you got instruction. And they're all disconnected, they're all fragmented. So where do we connect that? To me, we must go to the universal value which education has pushed aside. But now we come to realize that we don't have to talk about God. We can talk about energy, we can talk about time, we can talk about space, and we can connect that way. Okay? So it came down to this is the understanding. After understanding all that, I come to realize the three modalities that we must learn, or for some of us unlearn, is intelligence, creativity, and well-being. Out of these intelligence, creativity, and well-being, this is you, right? You got your time, you got your energy, and you got your space. And you got these three things constantly going around you. Now, most of us don't have a lot of you guys may have the intelligence, but your intelligence might not be to the optimum. And when I mean optimum, it means that maybe it's just logical and literal intelligence. Like Einstein, he could write the law to relativity, but he couldn't tie his shoes properly. I'm talking about intelligence that's fully complete, logical, emotional, and what I'm trying to do research on right now, which is cellular intelligence. We already know the information. That we can connect to that information or through at the cellular level. This is where knowing becomes. But so if you know how to do this, and let's just come along with me that you are this type of person, that you connect to time, space, and energy with creativity, intelligence, and well-being. That everything you connected that way. And a lot of times the bottleneck is I only understand from the logical sense, but I don't understand or the literal sense, but I don't understand from the visual sense or the kinesthetic sense. But this is how we fall in love. And those who have children, you understand what I'm talking about. When you hold that baby in your hand, you know, the one that you were throwing in the air like a crazy mad person, it doesn't speak to you, there's no logic with it, there's a communication, there's a connection. There's a relationship. So we know we have it. It's there. I don't have to go get all scientific on you. Not yet, I have the empirical data, but I just want you at the human level. Because sometimes I'm going into villages and I'm working with people that may not understand these theories, so I want to explain it in a very pragmatic way, a very practical way. So if you're doing all what I'm saying, connecting all this to your time, space, and energy, and making your decision and moving forward, then what you're actually doing is interdisciplinary or a form of transdisciplinary. Taking all these modality and making it work and seeing a more better opportunity. Transforming yourself so you can see a better life. Or not forget about life. Transforming yourself just to deal with this guy that you're sitting on the bus that's annoying you. And not be annoying. Because that's all that is intelligence, creativity, and well-being. So once you're doing this and you're connecting this, you're developing this at first hand, yeah? And I also do interactive, so you're welcome to raise your hand now, because I can move through my presentation quickly, okay? If anything that goes against what I'm saying, feel free. Okay, so what is well-being? So, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Service in 2000, these are the description of well-being. Okay? So we have some kind of baseline to work with. That I'm not talking about some theory or some meta thinking, because what we're doing is that we're measuring it with psychological basis, physical basis, cultural basis, social basis. If you want to get more geekier than that, we can go into multiple intelligence, neuroscience, cognitive study, evolutionary design thinking. Okay? These are the interdisciplinary. If you want to get more academic. But like I said, a lot of the time when you're working in community and you're trying to do this extension in community and you're trying to bridge with them, you can bridge with them at the human value, which is intelligence, well-being, and creativity. Whatever they think that intelligence means, and you nurture them along. Okay? So here is the actual infographic of what WOW dynamics mean. This is the one that we've been taking around with APEC. We've been presented to the UN, we've presented to APO, we've presented to all types of diversity of organization, FELEC. We have presented work with youth organization, we have worked at festival, we have worked at eco villages development, we have used it at university, we've used it for language development. We talked earlier today about using it for teaching English language, because all this is the basis of human connection. So as soon as you and I connect at this level, everything, we can use that as a framework to move forward based on the human connection with ourselves. Yeah? So the connection is dynamic wellness at the universal level, because everybody here care about wellness. So it's universal. Okay? And when I say dynamic wellness, I'm going to go quick into this. Dynamic wellness is this. In the West, or in the modern world, wellness is I go to the gym, I work out, I do Tai Bo, I do yoga, But to the East, our wellness is not that. You agree? What is our wellness? Someone said, yeah, you know it. What is our wellness? Washing clothes, yeah. I get like washing dishes, the warm water. I love it. Or just hanging out with friends, having a cup of coffee, or having a good heart-to-heart conversation with your mom or your dad. Come on, that's like, to me, better than, especially if they approve what I'm doing. It's better than, going to, Father Tony and giving my sin resolved, But, so that's our wellness. But we lost that touch, because why we forgot about that? Because it didn't make money, and it didn't. So now we think that we're not well, and we need this to be well, and I gotta do that to be well. No, we don't. Some of these people have everything in the modern world. Money, work out, they're fit, they're good looking, but they don't have family, they don't have friends, and they're living in misery. So wellness is different, so you must understand that. So the next level is creative autonomy. The ability to do what you want to do, when you want to do. Now, this is hard in Asia. And a lot of times I say, oh my God, I'm Asian, I die. You know, Asian, our parents don't let me do that. There's a comedian out there said that, you have a Filipino mom, that you all should be nurses. You ever heard that skit? It's like our parents takes away all of our autonomy. So this autonomy is very important for us. That's why we like innovation. That's why our kids are addicted to these smartphones. It's autonomy. We have connection anywhere we want. That's why you guys are all on Facebook over there. You guys are on Facebook right now. You're not taking notes. Because it's autonomy. You can touch your friend and like them, and they'll like you, and you get a little endorphin kick, and it's autonomy. That's why we're addicted. We're addicted to this autonomy. And then, of course, transformative leader. It's Dr. Lopez talked about WOW, leaders that deal with WOW, right? This is transformative leader. You're transforming other, and it transforms you. I'm affirming my knowledge to you, and if you're transformed, if I'm transformed, okay, I'm gonna have to go. I've got 5 minutes, guys. Okay. Basis of wellness, like I said. So at the core of wellness, if you break down all the modality, martial art, tai chi, qigong, it's all this energetic of human, physical, breath, and mental modality, imagination, and focus. So if you look at any kind of modalities out there, they are a combination of these checklists. So technically, you can checklist any of this sitting right here where you're at. If you're sitting right here and you're sitting next to your buddy, professor, my new buddy, professor, happy to see you. I'm connected to my breath, and I got good posture, and I'm having a good imagination about this conversation. You're doing yoga. It's a form of yoga. Okay? Okay. This is youth from Phoenix in 2016, 36 country youth. University delegates came here, experienced our framework, and signed a declaration with us. Optimum dynamics. Okay, so what this is very unique. So those are not just points. You want to move from there, which is you're limited, you're rigid, to you're linear, to you becoming ubiquitous, accessible, and fluid. That's what we want. We all want this. We don't want to be restricted and linear. We want to be free. So that's a straight line there, but it's not that easy to get there. But at least if you know where you need to be, you can project that way, all right? So building blocks. So the building block is to inspire your optimum self and creating a foundation of being. So once you know this, and you know how to work the 3 modalities of creativity, wellness, and intelligence, then you're creating daily life dynamic that's useful for living skills. The stuff that I'm doing while I'm eating dinner can be the same stuff I do to close a deal. You probably say, what? Think about it. Because it's all the same relatedness and energy and intelligence. Okay? Like the Book of 5 Rings, which is a Miyamoto Musashi. He was a samurai warrior. This is the book that really got me into this. Now it's become required reading for Harvard Business School. And this samurai, all he did, he took all these ways how to use the sword, the long sword and the short sword, and he could allude it to how you do business and legal skills. You should read this book, or the book of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. She does it with a smile, so you can't really get upset. Okay? Same. How to fix a motorcycle and realize that that's how you fix your life. Okay? Okay? WOW Dynamics, like I said, WOW Dynamic, when we learn what makes it the most optimum, how to make this intelligence, creativity, and well-being to be optimum, is that you do with people to people to nature, people to God, or the divine. That's when you fall in love, the whole world's perfect. Right? You have healthy children, the world's perfect. Because these are co-creation, co-wellness. So that's how you do it. Even if I go to the gym and work out with weights, if I have a spotter, it's a better workout. So this co-dynamic is where it's at. Okay? And this is based on the 3D Tigrana, which is a philosophy of a living culture. This is what they're using right now. Of course, they're slowly very hard for them because of modernization, but that's why I'm in Bali. These are practical, daily applications that you can use in your everyday life. Okay, so here, this is a very important thing. So, but all this accumulation to this, when you start with something with relevance, you connect to the universality, the integrative and transformative, you inspire, you connect, and you co-create, and this is your instruction, research, and extension. And at the end of this, who are you doing this to? You're doing it to business, community, academia, NGO, government. And you connect to a sustainable, regenerative, and the global economic development. And it's practical. Okay? And like I said, we call it sustainability and regenerative development as easy to do and simple to share. Okay? Okay, this is the last slide. Or 2 more slides, okay? 2 more slides. I'm sorry. All this what I just talked about is the why. And nowadays we have lost, the world is fragmented and we don't know our intentions anymore. So we walk around without knowing our intention and bumping into each other and then trying to figure out how and what. Once you know the how, the why, the how and the what naturally happens. Okay? And yeah, these are programs that we've done that are interdisciplinary. Okay, so I'm going to end it up because this is the last project. On wowbali.com we have all kinds of projects. There's a whole youth initiative on there. If you were interested in how this is used on the youth framework, there's like so many projects on there that will explain to you how this is being done. It's very thorough. But this is a center that I opened up yesterday. It's a 3-story co-wellness center in Bali, in downtown Ubud. And it's combining modern and traditional architecture. And it's going to be used as a co-wellness center, which I'm inviting all you guys to come and share it. And I just want to tell you one more bit. It costs the NGO, our NGO, WOW Bali, nothing. We came up with the idea. We brought in an academic to do some case study. We showed the hotel, the 5-star hotel, how this is dynamic for them, and how if they invest in this, they're the biggest player in it, and we can do research and promote ideas for them, and they designed this for us. So I just want to show you something that's very practical. This is not just a theory-based concept. This is down to connecting people to nature, and people to divinity, and step-by-step development, which we can showcase by the Balinese. Thank you very much for listening.
Our Dr. Nguyen will answer 3 questions from our participants and guests this afternoon. So just like what Dr. Davica said, Dr. Nguyen enlightened us again on the importance of wellness and at the same time on being physically prepared on the heavy tasks of research and extension program, not only in our country, the Philippines, but also in other countries as well. So I think the first question, Sir Nguyen, will be how to be able to go to your co-wellness research center in Ubud. It's a very nice place, sir, and we really want to go there. Okay, so may we request our audience to please share us your thoughts, okay, your comments, or any questions regarding the presentation of Dr. Nguyen. Do we see some hands raising from this part of the hall? I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Again, Almas Cardenas from Holy Angel University. This is more of an invitation than a question. In Holy Angel University, we introduce a new program, which is the first program to be introduced in the Philippines. And we call it the Green MBA. And it's only offered in Holy Angel University. So I think if you'll be coming over to the Philippines again some other time, You may want to visit us and be interested in teaching one subject in grade MBA, and I hope you'll be able to make it in one of our trimesters.
In the last, I'm not very good at telling what all the stuff we do because it's on the website and Facebook, so I don't like to beat anybody with the head with it. In the last year, we have chaired 2 interdisciplinary research conference, and we are doing they have called it the Mega MOU because every university internationally who've seen our presentations see how this is very ubiquitous, this is accessible. If we can tap this into this, we can tap into all the other discipline and use this as a foundation. So I want to also let you know that there is a digital MOU. If you leave in your car and write that you're interested, we will send you an MOU, and it's very thorough. It's led by Dr. Japos, Gennaro Japos, who is our sponsor and chair of this regenerative initiative. So please, and to answer your question, yeah, all the partners in the MOU are welcome to our facility. It's in a 5-star hotel, but we also have dorm room that you can stay for very affordable. You have all the accommodation of a 5-star hotel, and do research in a facility like this, but it's very affordable because I was telling one of the president earlier that one of the biggest opportunity that I had in my life was when I worked for Sun Microsystem when they came out with, I was working with the original team, JavaSoft, the people that wrote the programming Java. My best friend and wrote the first Java applet. And so when I went to that research center at the turn of the century, you got to remember this was like the powerhouse research lab, Sun Microsystem lab. And I got to experience a real laboratory at that level, and so now I'm trying to do the same for us here in Asia. I want to create a laboratory that when you come there, you're wow. And this space is only one of our 3 spaces. We have the other part of the space is inside a 16-hectare of organic flower farm. Even the dirt, you can smell the dirt, whereas the never touched chemical, what it feels like, it smells like. And then we have another site that was given to us by the high priest of Bali. He's like the Dalai Lama of Bali. He gave us land right on the lake inside the volcano, the non-active volcano. And that has hot spring that you can bathe in, and so we want to create a research center that connects to this dynamic of intelligence and well-being and creativity. So Southeast Asian researchers could go there and just spend some time and figure it out. Because sometimes, like I said, space is the #1 change in consciousness. And sometimes we get caught into this rut, and we cannot be creative enough to see out of it. And we cannot use our intelligence, optimize our intelligence enough to go beyond the logical and the literal, because we're always in our mind. Or we forgot what well-being means. Like, I need to do a lot. No, I don't need it. I need to have that one good friend I need to call. And I have that one good food that I need to eat. And that one good coffee that I like to drink. And I'm back to perfect. But we forgot about that because we bombarded with all these media on what wellness should be like. You know, I gotta look this way and be this way and act this way and have to love this way. And that changes us. And so when you come to Bali, we made it affordable and you can experience it. And that's the best offering I can give you is come and experience it. Yeah.
Wow, we're really happy to hear that, sir. And I think we're really into collaboration this time. So it's not only the offer of extension program, but we're really grateful for the idea of preparing ourselves, dear researchers and extensionists, to do our job and at the same time focus on the wellness of ourselves. Okay, so
I just want to say, just the doctor for Cambodia, we just already shook hand, exchanged, and we have a collaborative. And if you want to hear what it is a technology-based collaborative. to have youth, our youth and his youth, co-create an online curriculum to teach themselves English, teach themselves how to regenerate themselves inside an academic framework. So to me, it's, like I said, on one level you think it's all this, meta thinking. It isn't meta thinking. It's just the core of your existence. It's like if you believe in a God, right? That's how you connect to this God, this intelligence, creativity, and well-being. And when you connect to this divinity, then you get that full power, right? Otherwise, that's why it's God or that divinity. And with that power, you can change the world. That power, you can overcome something. And that power got the Cambodia professor and I to be able to make it happen. And these are the kind of deals that we're making. We're not just talking la-di-da, this sounds good, but no, at the end of the day, I'm like Dr. Lopez. You gotta make money. Global economic. Because you can't have sustainability of environment and social without the global economics. So, so try to get out of that if you can, because I know it's something a lot of people get stuck on that. They think it's some type of wellness program, and it is for some people. There's some programs that way.
Okay, very well said, sir. I think that's for the leaders of the different universities and private institutions are now motivated on that aspect. Okay. Any more comments or questions, dear participants? Do I see hands from that part of the hall? Okay. Yes, no.
Thank you. I'm Professor Muhammad from Islamic University of Jakarta. I'm so proud to hear this. That you come up with the WOW Bali, right? So it's I'm so proud of it. And as you said, you have the collaboration with some of the university in Indonesia. One of them something like with the 11 Maret, the university, that's right?
That's right, UNS, that's right.
I would like to know some more, because I'm from the university as well, and I would like to know more what kind of the collaboration, or what kind of the activities that you have done so far. So I think that I can, that maybe I can do it the same thing with you for the next collaboration.
Yeah. So there is a major thread with all university that we teach these theoretical concepts, but at the end of the day we realize that our children are not doing anything. And so how do we take the theoretical, that what they learn, into really practicality? And our practicality, like I said, it's global economic. Like at the end of the day, you're dynamic. If you're dynamic with yourself, then dynamic with money, which is a form of energy, or dynamic with your time, or dynamic with your space by partnering up. Like you don't need to own it, you can partner. And we don't need to own these things. Like get out of the structure. So with them, with a lot of universities developing what we call an internship program with them. So that way, the internship is designed by their youth for you. And that's how we like to work. We try to take ourselves out of the equation and use our framework to help empower them. Because they teach each other differently. Because in theoretical, we have mapped out through education, this is how theory should be, and we made it complex, and we need to be, because we want to make sure they're thorough. But when it comes to application, especially at the youth level, they strip all of it. Like, what works? What makes the deal? How do we close that deal? How do we get to that dynamic? How do we get to that, and it has nothing to, and it's actually the opposite of like academia. But let them, because like I said, we don't have that solution. If we had that solution, the planet wouldn't be where we're at. Now that we got to give them the framework and be there for them with the theoretical understanding, so we can support them, advise them, but let them do their job. So it's through some form of mentoring program. And the second thing that's very popular for us is to go inside research center. That's how I met PUP. We were training PUP, the director, the last VP of the research, Mr. Yamanate, that's right, at PUP, and he came to our interdisciplinary workshop, methodology workshop, and that, I'm telling you also a project that I really love is, to me, producing research, and the Philippines needs research, okay, according to data new research. I'm happy that the new PUP VP of Research Development is a communication background. We need good communication. And this is communication. This framework is communication, but it's communication to yourself. It's connection to yourself. So to me, taking this research center and teaching you, or I like to say inspiring you, to go towards interdisciplinary. And then focus on the dynamics of world development here in Southeast Asia, focus on the things that is our dynamic here in Southeast Asia. Like we have a conference, I want to give a plug out to Dr. Nick from Maha Saraswati, who is doing a conference in November at our facility, so you get to come and experience it. And it'll be on sustainability for world development, women empowerment, all the big issues here in Asia. So I would like to invite you all. But from now until then, if you're on our initiative and you sign an MOU with us, we will consult your best interdisciplinary researcher on how to use our framework for interdisciplinary research. Yeah. So those are ideas to use.
Thank you very much. For the next, I'd like to see, I'd like to visit the place in Bali. I'd like to see that because we are doing for the extension for the community also. For that for the lecturers, we have to do the three sections. First instruction, research, and then extension.
Okay,
so it's a kind of the extension. So I'm so interested with your program. So I think we can make it later. So I will visit Bali.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay,
yeah, I want to tell you about a project I'm really excited about. There is a village in Bali, and they just offer us 3 hectares of land, waterfall, river. Like I mean, imagine you going to Jurassic Park, right? Spring water, and they are a village that never used money. They have their own autonomy, they have their own sustainability, and they can survive. Now I know that you say that in the modern world, everybody's like rolling their eyes, like, okay, great. But to me, to give our youth the ability to do an extension, instruction, and research towards this, and then do a cross knowledge exchange, learning exchange with this village is very dynamic. To me, it's like to see, because right now, let me tell you right now, think about another global dynamic. There's so many first world country or modern world country who are trying to build these sustainable community. Like we in the East are just beginning to make money. We're like, we don't want to do that. But in the West and modern world, and in Europe, they're building completely sustainable community where everybody's living off the grid and eating off of the food and using energy from the sun and the water and the wind, and they're building this, but they know the technology, but they don't know the framework, the human framework. And if we know this human framework, because for us, this is what 10,000 years we've been doing. You guys act like you're all modern, but it wasn't like this. Only a couple of generations ago, we were farmers. Everybody at least in this room know a farmer. So we can at least perceive it and bridge that to the modern world and help them become sustainable. And that, they have money, we have land, we have idea, and that's what I'm doing. They got money, they got land, I have idea, and I got 3-4 of like the best research center that you can develop. So we must think like that. If it's not for long term, we must think it to take baby step towards where we want to be. Yeah, be dynamic, in other words. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the inspiring and interesting speech.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you very much, Dr. Nguyen, for the